These rocky shores where I call home, where my heart longs to be. Whenever I roam, it's these rocky shores, it's where I long to be. Yet these rocky shores, they are home to me.
Whenever I leave here, it hurts me so, with tears in my eyes. Why go? There ain't no work, and the kids need new clothes. The bills need paying, so I must go.
These rocky shores, where I call home, where my heart longs to be. Whenever I roam, yes, these rocky shores, it's where I long to be. Yes, these rocky shores, they're home to me.
I think to myself, where did it all go? The life I once had on the ocean's gentle road. My tears in my eyes and my head in my hands, away from my family, I hope they understand.
That is these rocky shores, where I call home, it's where my heart longs to be. Whenever I roam, it's these rocky shores, where I long to be. Yes, these rocky shores, they are home to me. Yes, these rocky shores, they are home to me.
Good evening. Welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight's stories include public demonstration brings community to a standstill, union representatives attend a meeting concerning the local plant, HRD and DFO offices were closed for 3 days, Councillor Sims will be here with the Town Council report, these stories plus community events, BBS Playbill, Off the Rack, and more coming up after this.
For almost a century, there's been a group of people working hard for Canada, fighting for this country. Now they are uniting to keep Canada together. The Royal Canadian Legion supports Canadian unity.
This is the place where the dawn breaks earliest, the new year comes soonest, where the Atlantic first meets the New World, the oldest city in North America, the far east of the Western world. Imagine that.
The community of Burgeo came to a virtual standstill on Wednesday afternoon as well over 1,000 residents came out in support of the future of their community. Residents of Burgeo began their quest to secure a future for their community following the TAGS program by taking over the local DFO and HRD offices on Monday afternoon. Despite the heavy rain, more than 500 people turned out to throw their support beyond the efforts of the local union executive and Chamber of Commerce. Well over 100 residents then took turns keeping employees out of the DFO and HRD offices. The offices were still closed on Wednesday afternoon as the whole community shut down to take part in a demonstration to show their support for a post-TAGS program.
We're all here today to support the TAGS program, but most of all, we need to get back to work. We need that fish brought back to us that was taken out of the area at 3 p.m. We also need another program, a TAGS program put in place for those who will not get back to work. And I read the sign out there. There's only one God, and as sure as that name is not David Anderson. And them words are true. Because right now the way that I see it is David Anderson are keeping a lot away from this community. I don't know if he thinks that Newfoundland is not a part of Canada or we doesn't exist. We're in this community. We're here to stay, however long it takes. So I honestly believe that he should do something and help to put the people back to work. Because we know the fish is out there. It's just that what he's doing to it is a reason why that people can't do what they want to do. I'm sick and tired of hearing what he's up to. He takes fish away from people and don't consult with nobody in Newfoundland. It's time somebody set that man straight. And we're going to let him know today we are not leaving this town. We are here to stay.
The absence of Bill Ramsey, MHA for the district, did not sit well with the gathering.
I wonder if we all thought about today, too, you know, where our provincial representative is. Because at a time like this, I'm sure that man should be on the front steps here with us, trying to fight and get back what is rightfully ours. And don't forget, if it's 1 year or 1 week or 2 years, when the time comes for that man's job to be continued, we'll know what to do.
Following the speeches and words of support, the crowd paraded from the HRD office to the DFO office. Edith Anderson, chairperson of the local union executive, questioned the control of Federal Fisheries Minister David Anderson.
I'm wondering who David Anderson thinks that he is. I mean, trying to tell people like we in this community we can't be fisher people. And I mean, that's the wrong idea, because that's all ever people in this community in my age group like knows about is the fishing, right? So he has no right to tell us that we don't have new future in the fisheries.
Residents of Burgeo are sticking to their guns until they receive the answers they are seeking. Although the majority of Burgeo's 1,800 residents were present at the demonstration, it was clear that out-migration has already taken its toll on the community, which had a population of about 2,600 less than 10 years ago. On Monday, representatives of the local union executive traveled to Corner Brook to attend a meeting concerning the future of the local sea freeze plant. Edith Anderson, Eileen Strickland, and Robert Sims of the local union executive met with Bill Barry, Scott Ledrew, Steve May, and Reg Carter of Sea Freeze, MP Bill Matthews, Max Short from the Federal Fisheries Office, Frank Pinhorn of Provincial Fisheries Office, and Mark Felix of the Department of Development and Rural Renewal. Dave Decker of the FFAW was there for the start of the meeting but was called away due to the demonstration taking place in Corner Brook. Larry Peckford and Brian House of HRD were scheduled to be at the meeting but failed to attend. The meeting lasted for about 3 hours, following which I spoke with MP Bill Matthews to get his views on the meeting. Were you pleased with the meeting?
Yes, I was. I'm pleased from a point of view that we've now set a timetable where we're going to move things along and come back for a meeting in August. And it's our desire and our wish and our objective to have all of our homework done so that, please God, on August the 17th, that it will be a goal for Burgeo. That's our aim, and that's what we're going to work forward to work towards.
Okay, so was the atmosphere at the meeting a positive one?
Well, in my view, it's very positive. We all have our chores that we have to do as a follow-up to this meeting. I think there's a fair bit of potential here for Burgeo, but it's going to take everything coming together, identification of fish resources to process, and then moving the application for funding through the federal system, through HRDC and DFO particularly. So, you know, I'm optimistic that we can accomplish this and have good news for the people of Burgeo, hopefully before too long.
Okay, so the Transitional Job Fund, I guess that was one of the key topics at the meeting.
It was the application of the Transitional Jobs Fund, where it is, what the status of it is, anticipated concerns that HRD and other officials may have with it. So that's one item of concern that we're going to address, and we're hoping to have things through the system ready to make a decision in August, depending on the identification of a reliable, the Argentine resource particularly. But in addition to that, I've discussed with the group and with Mr. Barry in particular the possibilities of some other fish resources that I'm willing to take up with Federal Fisheries Minister David Anderson, and Mr. Barry of Seafreeze has said that he's willing to request it. And if need be, he will come to Ottawa, and I'll arrange a meeting with David Anderson to discuss the possibilities of other fish. In addition to the Argentine. The Argentine is sort of questionable. Whether it's there has to be determined. But there are some other possibilities of some other species of fish that I feel the potential is there for Burgeo, and I'd like to pursue it with Mr. Barry through Federal Minister Anderson.
Okay, some concern was expressed by the local union executive that Larry Peckford and Brian House of HRD weren't present at the meeting. How did you feel about this?
Yeah, I was surprised as well. I came here. Matter of fact, I talked to Mrs. Strickland of the local union last night, and as of then, everyone was going to be here, including representation from HRDC office in Stephenville, which was Mr. Peckford, and we're anticipating Mr. House as well. So I was surprised this morning that they're not here. I don't know what the explanation is, although someone had said that there's been a takeover of federal offices in the western region, and their office was one. So whether that was a factor, I don't know. But I was expecting them to be here.
Okay, but despite their not being here, the meeting still went ahead and the results were positive.
Oh, absolutely. Their being here would have been nice for them to be here to listen to the discussion and to hear firsthand the different chores that everyone is undertaking to accomplish in the next couple of months. But by them not being here, it won't slow this process down whatsoever or deter the process. I'll be speaking with Mr. Peckford tomorrow, and I'll bring him up to speed on this meeting, the results of the meeting, what the objectives of the meeting are, to ask him, and particularly HRDC, to move the applications through the system so that if indeed the Argentine is proven to be in the water, as we all expect it to be, that we will be in a position in August to have that Transitional Jobs Fund application request approved. So I want that out of the way. I want it ready to be approved if the fish is proven to be in the water, which we're going to undertake very quickly to do. So I'll bring Mr. Peckford up to speed on that tomorrow, and I'm sure there'll be no problem with him being at that point with us. The thing is, if there are any minor concerns with the application, I would like to have them out of the way by August. I don't want us to come in August and then we find out there's some other wrinkle in the proposal or some other concern that we'll have to wait to deal with again. My suggestion is that we all come here on the 17th of August with the homework done. If indeed it's been proven that the Argentine resources there is sustainable, then we go forward, and it's a yes. So that's what I'm trying to do. In addition, of course, we'll pursue other fish with Minister Anderson to see if there's some other possibilities of redfish or shrimp or whatever for Burgeo. That's what I hope to do.
I also spoke with Edie and Eileen following the meeting. Pleased with the outcome of today's meeting?
Yes, I was, Dave.
Yes, I'm quite pleased with the outcome of the meeting today. I guess there's work got to be done, and it's going to take a little bit of time to do it, but I was quite pleased with the people that did show up today and what they had to tell us.
Okay, now what about the fact that Brian House and Larry Peckford of HRDC didn't show up?
Well, I'm not very happy with that, I got to be honest with you, but a guy by the name of Mark Felix did show up, and we pinned that guy down, and it looks like we will get some results from HRDC.
So what's the game plan right now following the meeting?
The game plan right now is that DFO will send a letter off to HRDC saying if the stock is good for the Argentine, they will pass the Transitional Job Fund. The provincial fisheries will do the same. They will send a letter off. It should be into HRDC in 2 weeks, saying that if the stock is there, they will not go against the TJF. And when we have our next meeting, which should be the 17th of August, that those guys will come and say they got the letters, the Transitional Job Fund is passed, providing the stock is there. And that stock is being fished right now to make sure it is there. And Bill Barry is very confident the stock is there.
Okay, I understand there was also some talk at the meeting about other species that could be possibly processed at the plant as well?
That's right. So right now that Bill Matthews, along with Bill Barry, will be going to Ottawa to see Minister Anderson on other species that can be done in Burgeo. And if the fish is given to Mr. Barry, that it will be done in Burgeo.
So it looks like if the Argentine gets the green light, that there are a lot of other things that could follow shortly behind.
At least another 3 species if that the government will come through with it, yes. And it will be allotted for Burgeo. And it will be done in Burgeo. As a matter of fact, I have a letter here in my pocket now that is signed by Barry that if the Argentine is not done in Burgeo, it will not be done anywhere else. And I guess that's going to be the same with the other species that we're going after right now.
When the local union executive got back to Burgeo, they held a public meeting at the community center which drew over 250 people. They informed these people on what the outcome of the meeting was. Monday, August 17th seems to be the day that will tell the tale for Burgeo. Stay with us for more of This Week in Review coming up in just a moment. Three representatives from FutureSet, future scientists, engineers, and technologists, held workshops with students at A.J. Matthews School and St. John Central High.
What we're going to look for is clumping. We're going to have the blood in both of these little trays, and then we're going to add some chemicals to it, or basically antibodies. One is anti-B, one is anti-A. And we'll add anti-A to this A tray, anti-B to the B tray. All right, everybody follow me? Now, our 4 blood types are A, B, and O. And clumping, if clumping happens in A or B, we'll record this here. So this is the table you'll have to use to figure out the blood types. Now, here's what you're going to see in front of you. You'll have blood in A, you'll have blood in B. Take a look at it first before we start. Get a piece of white paper, hold it up over it, look through it. It's important you know what it looks like before you start, or else you won't know what a change is because you won't know what you started with. So you'll start with some blood, take a look at it. Then we'll come around, guys listen up now, this is important or else you won't know what's going on, you won't know if it's working or not. We'll add anti-A to the A, anti-B to the B. Now what you're looking for is clumping. You'll see a change in it. It might get thicker. You could see little bits of stuff form in it. It could turn like a gelatin or something. If it happens in the A tray, so yes, there's clumping here, and there's no clumping in the B tray, then we have type A blood. If there's no clumping in the B, in the A, sorry, right? Our A tray here doesn't clump, but the B one does, so we have yes here. We have type B. Who can guess what AB is going to be? Yes. What about type O? No. Simple, right? But what you're looking for is the clumping. Wherever you see clumping, if you see clumping in A, you know it's at least A, maybe AB. Alright? It could be either one of those. If there's no clumping in A, then you know it's not AB and it's not A. Could be O or whatever. So what we're going to do, we're going to come around, give you these anti-serums, and the most important thing though is you look at the blood before we put any of these chemicals in there. You got to know what it's like before the change to know what the change is.
Okay, so Shelley's going to put around the blood. Just want to let you know this is not real blood, okay, this is just simulated blood. Just want to clarify that.
This experiment was one of several that was done between the grades 7 and 8 classes at St. John Central High and the elementary school students. FutureSit is a science and engineering school workshop and summer camp program offered at Sir Wilfrid Grenfell College. Anyone requiring further information can contact FutureSit at Sir Wilfrid Grenfell College, Memorial University of Newfoundland, University Drive, Corner Brook, Newfoundland, A2H 6P9. Or you can call Shelley Crocker at 637-6489. Lisa Alexander and Sarah Peckford of the Long Range Community Business Development Corporation were in town this past week speaking on business opportunities for youth.
Good evening. My name is Lisa Alexander. I'm the Youth Development Officer, and this is Sarah Peckford, Youth Ventures Coordinator. We both work for the Long Range Community Business Development Corporation in Stephenville. The Long Range Corporation has two programs for youth. The first of these is the Seed Capital and Counseling Program, which is designed for young people aged 18 to 29. It provides access to business financing and advice for young people who wish to pursue an entrepreneurial career. This is often a good alternative to employment, which is difficult to find these days. This program provides access to a maximum of $15,000 in the form of a repayable, unsecured personal loan. Equity is not necessarily required in this program, and we have flexible interest and repayment terms. Another important feature of the program is business and counseling costs, which are paid for by ACOA up to $2,000. The program, therefore, doesn't just give you money to start your business, but it helps get you started by providing you with the information that you need. It's a very good opportunity for young people who wish to become involved in business. Applicants for this program must be between 18 and 29 years of age, inclusive. And the loan must be invested in the startup, expansion, or modernization of a business. Most sectors are eligible, and the loan can be used to attract other investors. However, the loan can't be used to buy an existing business. If you require any further information on this program, you can contact myself. The second program is the Youth Ventures program.
The Youth Ventures program is a program designed to help youth set up and operate their own small business throughout the summer. This could be anything from a hot dog stand to kids camps. The business doesn't have to run the whole duration of 8 weeks or 9 weeks. It could be from a week fair at a local festival, or it could run the whole summer. We offer one-on-one business counseling, assistance in marketing, bookkeeping, financing, access to financing. If you require a student business loan, we can help you apply for a student business loan. And the deadlines for these student business loans are June 25th. They provide up to $3,000 interest-free, and they have to be paid back by October 2nd. But if you didn't need a loan, that would be good too. We also provide a mentor in the business community and support and encouragement, obviously, for the student or youth who wanted to run their own business. The benefits for students and youth who wanted to open their own business is, of course, they'd become their own boss, they'd work their own hours, they'd create their own summer job, and they'd make their own money. For students who already have a summer job and like to do something part-time, that's okay too. So basically, we're there to provide you with all the necessary assistance and resources to make your business a successful one. So if you'd like more information on the program, we both work at the W.E. Cormack Development Center in Stephenville, and our phone numbers are 643-2933 or 4009, and you can ask for either Lisa or Sarah, and we can provide you with some more information. Also, the high school has some information, the high school vice principal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councillor Sims is with us now with a report from the last Town Council meeting.
Good evening, everyone. A regular meeting of the Town Council was held on June the 3rd, 1998. Issues discussed at that meeting were as follows. The government have approved the total funding of $471,400 to complete the repaving of the rest of the roads in town. Government will provide $117,850, and the town will take out a loan to cover its share of $353,550 for a total of $471,400. And let me go further to say the reason that the Town Council made the decision to go and take a loan out for $353,550 was to complete the risks of the repaving of the roads and sidewalks around this community. We felt that it was a time that everything needed to be done, and rather to spread it out over a period of 4 or 5 years, we figured it was just as well, and it was not going to cost us any extra to go and take out a loan for this amount. Matter of fact, it would save money in the end, and to complete the repaving of the streets and the sidewalks all at one time. So hopefully this year that all the remaining streets and the sidewalks around town will be repaved. Excuse me. The second issues, work on the museum is just about completed with just a few minor things to be done. The official opening will take place sometime this coming week. And if there's anyone out there that would like to go and visit the museum or have any artifacts that they think should be displayed at this building, everyone is welcome to go and visit this museum. And like I say, if you have any museums that you think would be of any asset to display there, by all means contact a member of the museum committee, and I'm sure they'd be only too glad to take a look and see what you have there that you feel would be like to have displayed out there. Another issue was the street signs. A fair number of our new street signs have been erected, with the rest being done shortly. And the comments that we're getting is that the signs are really nice. They do show up, and they give an indication, I'm sure, to the people that's coming in our town that we are concerned about our town, and we do like to have the names there so that the people that's not familiar, that's coming in here, can see the names on the signs and know where they're going around town, specifically if they're looking for someone that they're not sure where they live. The town have registered under the Tidy Towns program. Once all information is received, it will be passed along to the general public. In that regard, the clean-up period went over quite well, with the public doing their part to clean up their property and surrounding areas. There is still some property that needs to be cleaned up, and we hope that this will be done before the Come Home Year celebration starts. Yes, that is all across the province, this Tidy Town program, and it's being done on the basis of size. So Burgeo, being a community of approximately probably 1,900, 2,000 people, it will be judged on with other communities with around the same population, and we feel that it is a worthwhile program to participate in, because everything do get cleaned up and make the town to look a lot better, especially when we have visitors. And for sure, hopefully this year it will be a lot of visitors around for the Come Home celebration. Another issue, excuse me, is the council is short 2 members due to their resignations for their reasons, and a by-election will be held in late September or early October to fill those vacancies. So I would invite anyone out there that feel that they have time on their hands and they have concerns concerning this community that they feel would help this community in any way, and to get things done in this community. I'm sure that when election time comes, that if you're around and like to participate as a councillor member to represent this town, by all means throw your hat in the ring, and let's get a crowd there so that we can have a by-election and let the people speak for themselves and elect who they like to see to serve on the councils. Another issue, early in May, all residents who were in arrears for property tax, and this pertains to the tax collection policy that's put in place now, all residents that were in arrears for property tax and water and sewer were sent notices, and that was early in May. Within the next week, all property tax and water and sewer tax residents who have not paid anything or are not paying on a regular basis will be contacted and advised of the action that will be taken. This process is very time consuming and costs the town extra money. So to avoid any action being taken against you, please contact the town office and get your taxes paid, or get some sort of an agreement set up that suits the town and yourself, so that you can get a payment plan in place. The town do have a collection policy, like I said, in place, and this will be followed. It is your town and your tax dollars that keeps it running. So please think about this, and to avoid any confusion between the town and the residents, with your efforts and by contacting the town office or visiting the town office to make arrangements, whether it's through a payment plan or payment in full, or give some reason why at this time that you're sorry you want to make payments, or even a little. I'm sure that the town clerk there is understanding of the situation and will work with the residents of this town to put in place whatever is pleasing to both parties. Excuse me. Another issue, and the final issue, there were 2 permits issued for the construction of sheds. And I also at this time would like to remind the residents that if you are doing repairs to your property, you do need a permit. And you can purchase this permit for a small cost at the town office. So bear in mind that any time you're going to be doing repairs to your property, visit the town office and obtain a permit. The next regular meeting is scheduled for June 17, 1998 at 7 p.m. And again, we welcome everyone to come along to this meeting. Thank you very much for listening.
Stay with us for Off the Rack, community events, and the BBS Playbill. All that after this.
This is the place where the dawn breaks earliest. The new year comes soonest. And the Atlantic first meets the new world. You can walk the streets of the oldest city in North America.
Off the Rack. This week as we scanned our tape racks, we came across a video of one of the first bicycle rodeos held here in Burgeo. Here's a look back now to June 9th, 1991. Due to production at the plant on Saturday morning, the bike rodeo was rescheduled to Saturday afternoon. The weather didn't cooperate, but despite it, the rodeo was a great success. There were 6 parts to the rodeo, and after everyone was finished and the scores tallied, the winners were...
Okay, the winner in kindergarten. Listen! The winner in kindergarten with 155 points is Jennifer Hand. You take it. The winner in grade 1 with 175 points, Corey Green. Corey! Here. Okay, Corey's coming in now. Left side now. Okay, the winner in grade 2 with 145 points is Patty Courtney.
She's gone.
Better go to you'll keep it. Give it to the kids Olympics pro or something like that. Okay, the winner in grade 3 with a score of 180 points.
Justin Bay.
Justin Bay. Where'd he go? Okay. The winner of grade 4 with 150 points, Scott Strickland. Scott. Here you go, Scott. Okay, the winner in grade 5 with 180 points was a girl. And Kylie Dunford.
She's gone.
And the winner of grade 6. Listen. Winner with 160 points, Angela Strickland. There you go, dear.
Good evening, and welcome to the community event segment of tonight's broadcast. I'm Rhonda Green. The Museum Committee TV Bingo out on Wednesday had to be rescheduled due to the low number of bingo cards sold. The Lioness will be holding a TV Bingo on Wednesday, June the 10th. Cards are $1 each, or 6 for $5, and can be purchased in most stores around town or from any member in the Lioness. The RCMP are planning a Boy Scout rodeo for Thursday, June the 18th at the Sea Freeze parking lot starting at 10 a.m. All children in grades kindergarten to grade 6 are invited to attend. If your group or organization has an upcoming event planned, we will be happy to advertise it for you. You can contact BBS office by Wednesday of each week to have items included in this portion of our broadcast. That concludes the community event segment of tonight's program. See you next week.
BBS Playbill. Join us on Monday at 7 p.m. for the annual inspection of our CSCC Bob Bartlett. Tune in on Tuesday at 7 p.m. for Pansy's Garden. Try your luck on Wednesday at 7 p.m. by playing Lioness TV Bingo. At 7 p.m. on Thursday, we'll have Telethon Entertainment Part 5. Join Pansy and the gang for 2 stories, a craft, and lots of fun Saturday morning, 11 a.m. on Pansy's Garden. And I'll be here again next week with This Week in Review. Please stay tuned now for Telethon Entertainment Part 5. For This Week in Review, I'm Dave Cooper. Good night.